Hello everyone, in today's video I want to talk about how to naturally boost your testosterone. And this is a topic I've been very fascinated with recently, as I've been doing lots of research and seeing how much testosterone has been affected in particularly men, but as a society, how much has been affected and how much our hormones are being disrupted by environmental factors, by poor diet, and honestly just poor health management in general. A lot of things out there are not really in support of good health, though they might be, it might tell you that it is. It's really not. And to see that how much testosterone has dropped in men over the last 50, 60 years is quite astonishing. It's only going to continue to go down because most people don't care to take care of these things. They think, oh, this is the things that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, poor diet, not sleeping well, not managing stress, whatever. I'm gonna get into some of these things. They think that living that poor lifestyle is okay, and that's just the way it is. And I'm here to tell you that it's not. And I'm gonna tell you some of the things that I do to make sure that my hormones are optimized. And on a basis, all these things aren't anything fancy. There's no supplements. There's nothing like that. It's all just good health management, because having high testosterone, at least in men, is an indicator of good health. Because in order to have high testosterone, you need to make sure that all the systems in your body are taken care of and functioning optimally. And as a result, your testosterone will be as high as your body can afford, because it's quite taxing to be high. So if you're not taking care of things properly, your body's going to decrease it as a result. And so there's 5 areas I want to talk about. The first one is sunlight. It's a very simple one to do, and I've touched on this previously with the morning routine and a couple other things. But sunlight is very good for testosterone, because of the fact that when you get sunlight, your body will produce vitamin D, which is a precursor for the creation of a lot of good things in the body's immune function, bone health, but also testosterone production as well. So simply by getting a little bit more sun in your day, you will get more vitamin D, but as a result, you'll also be able to produce more testosterone. That alone makes a pretty good difference. Nowadays, people are very comfortable staying inside. No one likes to go outside and at least touch grass for about 15 minutes. So I'd recommend, if you're inside, especially it's summer now, if you're inside, just put down anything you're doing for about 10-15 minutes, go for a walk. Go for a 15-minute walk, enjoy the sunlight, get some sun, and wear a tank top or something like that to expose a lot of skin. And that way you get all the vitamin D you need very quickly and very simply, because that on its own, you will feel a difference. It'll help you sleep better. It'll help you with your immune function. Bones will be healthy, and testosterone will be nice and high. So that's the first way. The second way is with sleep. Now, this is an area for me that I struggle with. I like to push sleep off as far as possible until I'm tired, I can't function, then I go to sleep. But then that only ruins the morning. However, I do my best to make sure that I get a good amount of sleep, because I can feel that when my energy is low, I know that I haven't slept well, and as a result, when you don't sleep well, all it takes is one bad night where testosterone can kind of crash for the day. Now, am I feeling tired because my testosterone isn't high? No, I'm feeling tired because I didn't sleep well. However, it doesn't help with my testosterone to make sure when I don't sleep well. And so simply sleeping enough. Now, how much should you sleep? That is a very debated topic. Should it be 6 hours? Should it be 10 hours? I would say the more sleep, the better. If you can sleep 7-8 hours at night and then maybe hit 1 or 2 20-minute naps throughout the day, you're getting enough sleep, and it can very much help with testosterone production. Also, bonus with sleep is when you hit REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement sleep, when your eyes start to flicker, and that's really when you start to dream. That also releases human growth hormone. So making sure you get enough sleep is very good for overall hormone optimization, not just testosterone, but human growth hormone, like I mentioned. Now, the next area is resistance training. Lifting something heavy is very good for the body, because when you lift something heavy, you're telling your body that there's a stressor that it needs to overcome. And a lot of times, when you place that stressor in a physical way, your body will then start to produce testosterone in order to help accommodate for that, because testosterone helps with bodily repairs. That's why when people go on anabolic steroids, which is a testosterone mimicker, their ceiling for their abilities for recovery and putting on muscle skyrockets because it facilitates muscle growth or helps facilitate muscle growth. So in that way, by doing resistance training just 2 or 3 times a week, your body will get that signal and it'll start to boost testosterone as a result. And a key thing to mention is that it can't just be very light, go through the motions type of stuff. It has to be hard. It has to be high intensity because your body, you need to effectively tell your body, look, you need to be able to adapt to this stimulus. And as a result, your body will do so. And so by doing that 2 or 3 times a week, it'll help facilitate that to produce more testosterone, build more muscle, and just look and feel great. And if you have any questions about programs and whatnot, send me a message, and I would love to help you out and talk about how you can fit that into your life. And now the next one is a bit of a bonus one. It's one that I'm still playing around with, though I can't say that I feel better doing it, and it is doing things to detox the body. And what does that mean? One of the ways in which I do this, and it's the most common and most often way that I do it, is via hot water bath. I'll fill the tub up and have it at about 40 degrees, and I'll just sit there for half hour, 45 minutes, even an hour sometimes, and just allow my skin to do its thing. And what I mean by that is your skin is a big organ. It allows it absorbs and releases any sort of toxins or any honestly anything that gets applied to it. That's why what you put on your skin is very important. It can actually affect your endocrine system, your hormone system. It can affect a lot of different things. And so what I do by going in these baths is I give my body a way of releasing a lot of not just necessarily toxins, but any byproducts it doesn't really want within the body. It'll release those into the water and get it out of my skin. And this can be accomplished in the same way with a sauna, though I don't have access to a sauna, or I technically do, but I prefer the water baths because it's not in a public place. I can just do it at my house. So you can do that in a sauna, and after the sauna, you shower off because that stuff, when you sweat, is going to stay on your skin. It's important to make sure you get that off your skin so it doesn't get reabsorbed. But by sitting in the water bath, you allow your body to release anything that's in the blood or in the body that it's like, I don't really want this. It'll release that, get it out of the system, and do this enough, you'll start to feel better. And lastly, the last thing I want to talk about, because it's the thing that I'm going to be have the most to say about, is diet. Diet plays a huge role in testosterone. And I think some of the biggest changes can come from cutting out any and all processed foods. And this is because all these things are not meant to be in our bodies. Any processed foods are really not meant to be in our bodies, and they disrupt a lot of different processes within our body. They cause inflammation. They cause hormones to spike, such as insulin. It can cause insulin to spike if you consume a lot of sugar and whatnot. So it causes a lot of things in the body to go haywire, and makes the body really stressed. And as a result, your body's not going to be producing testosterone in the way that it should. And so cutting out any and all processed foods is a great way to start, and you will feel the biggest benefits simply from that. Now, if you're in a position where you don't eat processed foods, or very, very minimally, then what I'm going to say next is gonna help even further, because a lot of what gets said about certain food groups is absolute nonsense. Okay, it's not just incorrect; it's wrong and the opposite of what you should be doing, and that's like the worst kind of wrong, when it's the opposite. And so what I'm talking about is things like cholesterol, saturated fat, red meat, and honestly even dairy, but there's a caveat with dairy. Consuming cholesterol, saturated fat, and red meat is not bad for the body. The process within which that works, and the mechanism that causes, because they say they cause cardiovascular disease, the mechanism that they talk about is not complete. They don't give you the full story. And so quickly, I will say, if you don't suffer from high blood pressure due to consuming too many sugars or other high processed foods that cause high blood pressure, then consuming more saturated fat and cholesterol and red meat and stuff like that is not a likely indicator of what's going to cause cardiovascular disease. And so that's a very important thing to take care of, to address. And so when looking to make sure that your testosterone is optimized, you got to consume good amounts of red meat, good amounts of, like, eggs too is a good one, because you get a great source of cholesterol and fat as well. and even dairy plays a good role in helping with testosterone. And here's the thing with red meat is that it's the most nutrient dense meat, muscle meat that you can buy. It's more nutrient dense than fish and chicken, and beef in particular isn't even more nutrient dense than pork. And one of the great things with beef is that in about an 8 ounce serving of beef, you get a full day's worth of zinc. And zinc is not only good for testosterone, but it's also good for your immune system. So you get a double benefit. Plus, it's just a great mineral to be consuming. And so within beef as well, you get great protein, which is needed to build testosterone. You get good fats and cholesterol, which again is needed to build testosterone because cholesterol is the backbone of testosterone, and things like estrogen as well. It's the backbone of a lot of hormones, but in particular testosterone. So you get that from red meat as well. Plus you get the zinc as well, so you get the further micronutrient aid in building testosterone. So to me, that's an absolute powerhouse of a source for improving testosterone. And things like eggs as well, great source of cholesterol. Anything you look for eggs to try to demonize the cholesterol in it comes out to show, actually no, this actually helps people. And I tried for a paper in school one time to find studies that demonize cholesterol in eggs, and I couldn't. And it just, and even though I knew it was more of a hoax, I was just trying to write what was necessary for the class. And then I was like, you know what? I didn't find anything. I'm going to put the ones that show that it actually has positive benefits within the body. And if the professor doesn't like it, or the TA doesn't like it, doesn't go with whatever's been taught with the class, I don't care. And so cholesterol in eggs is very, very good. So consuming, 3 to 4 eggs a day, or even more, great for testosterone. And on top of that, dairy. Here's the thing with dairy, is that I would recommend raw dairy if you can get your hands on it. I know in Canada the rules are not good about raw dairy. You can't go get it because it's illegal. However, you can find raw cheese in a few places because the restrictions are a bit more, they're a bit more relaxed with cheese. So you can go find Parmigiano Reggiano in the store, and that will, and the bacteria and the enzymes and the raw fat effectively within the cheese is very good for your body. And in any which way that they demonize milk, it's because they pasteurize it. It's not because milk is inherently bad. So that kind of covers the dietary aspect. And look, if you want the most powerhouse testosterone building and muscle building meal, it's going to be steak and eggs. By far, steak and eggs. Because then you get absolutely everything. You get good protein, good fats, good cholesterol, and you get the zinc and a few other micronutrients that are found in the eggs. What more could you ask for? And so it's a great way to fuel that up. So just to kind of recap for the day on testosterone, it's sunlight, good sleep, resistance exercise, making sure that you detox every now and again. One warm bath a week. Sit there, watch a movie, sit there for about an hour. It's not an easy thing. You will sweat and you will feel very tired afterwards because you're effectively inducing a fever. However, it's very good for the body to flush things out. And last but not least, good diet. Consume your fats, consume your red meat, consume the dairy, get good cholesterol. Your body will thank you. You'll be able to produce tons of good and healthy testosterone, and you'll start to feel great as a result. So thank you for listening up until now. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out on anything I discuss in this video, and I'll be happy to help. So thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one.